What's up, people? It's your girl Adeola. It's now more than a month since more than 200 girls were kidnapped by Boko Haram in Nigeria. Now, if you ask me, 1 month is way too long. Too long a time to cause some permanent damage that can traumatize someone for the rest of her life. And it pains me to say that the attitude of the Nigerian officials is still very, very disturbing. Imagine how I felt when I saw this video.
Minister, ABC News America, can we just ask you a few questions?
Sorry?
ABC News America, can I ask you a few questions?
I'm tired of the same story.
I'm sure you are, but
maybe
it's an important story.
I'm not a government spokesperson.
Wait, did she say that she's tired of the same story? Well, madam, no, seriously. So long as the girls are out there, we have to keep talking about it.
Amnesty, though, says that the security forces knew about this beforehand.
I cannot answer those questions. I'm Minister of Finance. I can only tell you the full commitment of this government to fight. The government is doing everything. The government has sent additional troops. The government is doing aerial surveillance. The government is working with companies that have satellite. The government is working with the US, is waiting for the promised help from all the sources that are pledged. What they want is they wanted to stop the world community from coming here. That's why they did that.
Wow. Too many things bother me in her statement. While I appreciate her listing what the government is doing, because quite frankly, we really don't know what our government is doing about this issue. However, I can't believe that Madam Ngozi actually believes that these girls were kidnapped in order to stop her party of the year. You know, the World Economic Forum. That is all she cares about.
This is the second largest ever World Economic Forum conference. So terror has lost.
Yeah, terror has lost. Yeah, because you had the World Economic Forum in Nigeria. Yeah.
This is the second largest ever.
And so what, madam? The second largest whatever. What exactly does that even mean to the people of Nigeria? Our children are being kidnapped for wanting to be educated. And there is no security. Now, second largest economic forum we go chop. Eh? Does this woman listen to herself at all?
The world should support Nigerians to stand together and support also our military who are putting their lives on the line.
You know, I'm not undermining the efforts of the Nigerian military, but since these girls were kidnapped, I haven't heard of the military embarking on a rescue mission. You get what I'm saying? I mean, what I've heard was that civilian JTF, you know, vigilantes in Calabar, that is a local government in northeast of Borno, that these people fought back when Boko Haram came to attack them. They killed more than 200 Boko Haram members. These were civilians. They didn't have sophisticated weapons like the army. And not only that, in Adamawa, civilians also killed Boko Haram. I'm not saying that the Nigerian military has not tried, but I wouldn't exactly say that they are putting their lives online for these girls. I'm sure that if that BBC guy were to be a Nigerian journalist, that interview might have ended differently.
I'm just wondering why we borrowed money from China since you paid off some
Where
debt
are you
not
from?
long ago. I'm a journalist with The Nation.
The Nation?
Yes.
The Nation?
Yes.
So that you can go and nation me tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Or misquote me.
When it's on camera.
No, on camera doesn't mean anything. Nation misquotes, turns the story around. You know, there are so many witnesses here.
Wait, I didn't ask you to play that. Did I ask you to play that video? But that was Madam lecturing a journalist of the Nation newspaper instead of her answering the question. A simple question. I am, however, very sure that Madam Ngozi's answer would have been different, you know, if one of those girls kidnapped were to be her daughter. I'm sure that the headlines for the past 1 month would have been Ngozi's daughter and others kidnapped. You get what I'm saying? And if nothing has been done by now, some officers in Nigeria would have been fired. And of course, she would not put the economic forum ahead of her daughter's safety. And forget about Madam Ngozi. What about Mr. President? I think it is very, very shocking that the Nigerian president has refused to visit the town where these girls were kidnapped or even send any delegates to console the parents. I mean, I saw in the papers that he was going to visit them. That was 31 days after the girls were kidnapped. And everybody was like, oh, finally, after a month, Mr. President is going to visit. And the next thing I heard was that, oh, he cancelled. He can no longer go. Now he's going to Paris. And of course, he's going to Paris to seek more help for the girls. I said, does that make any sense? And you are telling me that you're going abroad to get help for people that you cannot even visit to see how they are doing. Where is that done? They said that he never planned to go in the first place. That it's just the media that have been shouting. I said, oh, even if you didn't plan to go, that was an opportunity for you to do something noble. That was an opportunity for you to go and visit this parent. You know, all these parents want right now in Chibok is just to know that somebody in the Nigerian government cares about them, because right now they feel like they have been forgotten. A whole month has passed. If any parent would have heart attack by now, don't you think that a month is more than enough? I mean, even hypertension from constantly thinking about your daughter and wondering where she is, what is being done to her, you know? I mean, I've read of many of these parents who have fallen sick in Chibok. I know that most of them have not been eating as they should, and they probably stay up every night praying, crying, and worrying about what could be happening to their daughters. If you are a parent, I'm sure that you know what I'm talking about. If your girl is out there for more than a month, I can imagine you sleeping at night. And to be honest, this government is making it really, really hard for us to believe that they truly care, even after other countries have sent help. Or how do you explain policemen disrupting the Bring Back Our Girls protest in Nigeria? I mean, someone must have sent them. I don't think policemen would just come on their own. More than 50 policemen tried to stop this protest in Abuja of all places, dragging protesters, pulling them. Here is Dr. Obi Ezekwesili refusing to leave the protest ground. I really, really appreciate her courage, by the way. And they also tried to stop other people from joining.
I just parked my car over there and I was trying to cross the road, and the policemen are telling me that they have been instructed not to allow more people to come and join this. Okay, I'm a mother, and I cannot imagine 2 hours. 2 hours. I will not survive 2 hours of not seeing my child.
Did you guys notice in that video that humongous armor tanker that the police brought to stop the protesters? Or maybe I'm not saying correctly. It looks like armor tanker to me. Why can't we send this thing after Boko Haram to rescue the girls? Instead, we're sending it after protesters. Does that make sense? And just on the side, you know, I keep wondering how these policemen do things like this when they also have children at home. I mean, but you know, that is a discussion for another day. They also stopped another protest in Kaduna organized by Dr. Joe Odumakin. Now, the only protest that they have no problem with in Nigeria was the one organized by Asari Dokubo, you know, the leader of the Niger Delta People's Volunteer Force. Yes, so him and some not so smart people staged an anti-Bring Back Our Girls protest. That is a protest against protesters. They said that the whole thing is a scam. Nobody was kidnapped, and sure enough, none of them was arrested. Yes, none of them was arrested now. For those of you who may not know Asari Dokubo, this is him in action.
If, for example, President Jonathan says, I will not contest for a second term in office,
he no fit.
Would you force him to?
He no fit. There's a mandatory 8 years, mandatory 2 tenures in the Constitution. Now you go. When you go reach and I say, no only one you want thing. You don't go come home now.
Meanwhile, I'm glad that his group would no longer be protesting since the video of the girls surfaced. I'm glad that now everybody cares about these girls since we've seen the faces of some of them. I'm glad to know that they are alive, but it's very sad to see that they are being forced to recite the Quran. And I'm sure that they're also being brainwashed to think that education is not a good thing. And trust me, a month is more than enough to mess up somebody. But somehow though, I strongly believe that these girls would come out strong despite this traumatic experience. And yes, it would not be easy, but their story cannot end like this. It mustn't end like this. I don't know why, but I've always believed that great adversaries come your way because you're meant to be great. And you know, your time of despair can eventually become an inspirational story for somebody someday if you just, you know, keep believing. Now, when these girls are finally rescued, and I'm praying that they get rescued, I hope that the Nigerian government would get them out of that place, out of that environment. If possible, give all of them scholarships to study abroad. Yeah, I mean, that is not too expensive for the country that has the largest economy in Africa. I mean, these girls have paid too much a price for wanting to be educated. But you guys know that I don't know much, and guess what? I'm just keeping it real.